Real quick update, quite an emotional one. I'm going to refer to the woman that adopted my son as the adoptive grandmother pretty much from here on out, because my grandson is alive and my son isn't. So although her being TJ's mother will never be something that will be taken away from her, of course, he's just not here anymore. So from here on out, I'll refer to her as the adoptive grandmother. She has made it quite clear that she does not want to tell Eric of my existence and that I've been found, along with my other children, who would be his uncles, and anyone else in the family. My perspective at first was complete joy to find out that there is a piece of my son still in this world. And of course I thought that I was going to know him, and in some way I would know a piece of my son through my grandson. Because she is standing in the way of this and does not agree. She said that she prefers for the conversation to happen organically, as in waiting for the boy to bring this up. I'm trying so hard not to mention his name. He's 14. I don't know about you, but I don't know any 14-year-old boys who are just going to randomly come out and say, hey, would you happen to know, do you know if there's anybody genetically related to me in the world, and do you know where they are, and do you know how I can get in touch with them? You know, it's just not something that you expect from a 14-year-old. This kid lost his parents, both his parents. I don't know what the story is with his mother, but she's not involved in his life. She doesn't see him. I don't know why. I can speculate, of course, but I only have very partial information, so I can't even go there. And well, his dad died. So that wasn't a choice at all. Not his choice and not his dad's choice. That was death. So this kid has lost both his parents. He's being raised by his grandparents, which was my son TJ's adoptive parents, which I think is very noble. Thank God he wasn't abandoned by everyone. You know, obviously his adoptive grandparents love him very much, and I'm very, very grateful for that. And in me, the note that I sent to her this morning, and in everything that I'm thinking and all my logic, never once did I consider trying to replace her or take her out of the picture. So I'm really baffled as to why she is responding with defensiveness and like she's being threatened. I can't, maybe I might have said something that might have been misunderstood, or maybe the way I said something, I don't know. Like, to me, I didn't. But I don't know her mind, and I don't know her perspective, and I have no idea how she took anything that I said. But I did make it very clear that I want this boy in my life, and I want to be in his. And it's not just about me, it's about him, so that he knows not everybody's gone. I mean, of course, he has his adoptive family, of course, and they're always going to be his family, obviously. But I mean, you know, that part about his dad being dead, I think it's important for him to know that not everything of his father is gone. You know, all that hasn't been snatched away from him. He still has many parts of his dad. And if she would only get out of the way and let him find that out, I think it would be a lot more healthy than to keep him in the dark and not tell him at all. to me, it seems kind of selfish to not give him the choice. No, not kind of selfish. It is selfish to not give him the choice. He should have the choice. He's old enough to make up his mind whether or not he wants to have anything to do with us. And he might very well say no. He might say he wants nothing to do with us, and that's fine if that's his choice. But without him having the knowledge, the information about us, how can he possibly make that choice? And what happens when he's older and these privacy laws no longer exist for him because he'll be over 18? I can't control what everybody does. There's plenty of people on this side that will reach out to him after he's 18, and they will tell him the truth about all of it. And what is he going to think about his grandmother? I mean, I'm trying to protect her too at the same time. I don't want him to think badly of her that she kept information from him. And I'm not saying that's what would happen. I'm just saying that I would like to prevent that from ever happening. Because she did give up a lot to raise a child, yet another child, when she thought she was done raising children. And I think that she should have that, perfect grandparent life. She deserves it after everything that she's done for her kids and her grandson. Our grandson. So I wrote her a letter, and I just basically said, I think you're wrong. I told her outright she was wrong, and that he should make up his own mind. She tried to say that he's going through a tough time in his life right now. He had some kind of sports injury or something. It just sounded like normal kid stuff to me. I think the really tough part about his life was losing his parents. And that's the biggest part about why he should know about us. Sports injuries and the pandemic and everything else that's going on. Yeah, that's just stuff that comes with life. But not every 14-year-old out there has lost both their parents. And maybe he needs that reassurance that there's more people out there that definitely want to know him. I guess that's really all I have to say today. I just really hope that she sees things from a different perspective for a change, that she doesn't have to feel threatened anymore, which I don't even know why she did in the beginning. Or maybe I shouldn't say that. I don't know exactly how she feels because it's not like she's sharing 100% with me right now. I'm assuming from the way she's behaving and the way she's reacting that she feels threatened. And I don't know if my assumption is right or wrong, but this is what it seems like to me. And I really hope that she's somehow reassured that I'm not trying to squeeze her out of the picture. I'm not trying to take over. I'm not trying to do anything to her at all. What I'm trying to do is show this kid that he's got a much bigger life, so much bigger than he knows right now, and that it should be his choice as to whether or not he wants all those parts. He has more grandparents. He even has a great-grandmother still. His last great-grandparent is still alive. And because the adoptive grandmother won't get out of the way, she might never have the chance to meet him. And that also brings me to, they're not young themselves. The adoptive grandparents are, I don't know, 20-something years older than me. Yeah, they're not going to be around much longer either. I'm sure that, she has made arrangements, God forbid, in case anything happens to them, that other people in her family would take over. So I don't feel like be like out on the street or anything like crazy like that. But, you know, I mean, the poor kid already lost his parents. If he loses his grandparents, then wouldn't it be like logical to think that at least this kid can be reassured that there's more people out there? You know, it's not just the people that he knows. There's so many more, and we're tied in different ways, genetically and DNA, and he has the right to know, and he has the right to decide. Okay, anybody disagree with me or have different ideas or perspectives? Just say something in the comments. I do have it set up right now to approve comments because people can be cruel, and I don't want anything said that in the future, if this kid ever sees these videos, I don't want anything said that would, you know, devastate him in any way. So yes, I am approving comments first, but anything that is a logical and intelligent comment, I'm definitely approving, and I will address anything that anyone has to say. And just to be clear, I do know he's 14, about to turn 15. I have absolutely no intention of breaking the law, whatever those laws may be, as far as like trying to contact him or undermine his adoptive grandparents. I don't want to do anything like that. I have no intention of it. I have no control over anyone else if they do that, but it's not going to come from me, and it's not going to come from my kids, because they've already told me they don't intend to do anything like that either. Even though they very much want to know him, they're not going to do anything crazy. So with that said, if there are any laws that I'm not aware of that actually gives me some rights in this situation, if somebody can shed light on that, put it in the comments. And if you agree or disagree or have a different perspective, if you yourself were adopted or gave up a child for adoption, I want to hear from you. I want to know what you think of all this.